Building off of a clean sheet last Saturday, how's the week been?
It's been tough. We've been working them. They've been understanding. They've been progressing. They're starting to understand what we're asking of them now. So again, we're heading in the right direction.
Are you still working on the fitness side of things as well? Because when you came in, you said you didn't think they were fit enough. Are they now?
Fitness is an interesting word, and there's a lot of people will talk about fitness in so many different parts of the game. You know, fitness in just completely running around, mental fitness. We have the equipment to look at the players, how much they do want to run and how much they don't want to run. So for us, about my fitness is different to the way that they were playing before. So again, now they're just starting to get that. They always had a good base. They always had a good fitness because they worked with the previous manager and he had a certain style. So they were fit. But again, to work, my style of fitness is different. So again, it takes time. Are they there yet? No. Will they get there? 100%. But it is still going to take time.
How much time do you think that will take?
It takes as long as it takes. You know, again, they're not used to the way I worked. At my previous club, you know, it took 6 months. So again, do I have 6 months? Of course not. You know, we have to hit the ground running. So again, we have to adjust. We have to take into account certain things as well. So we can't go full on. So we have to work within a structure to make them all progress at the right time.
You said that one of your biggest tasks is turning a group of non-thinkers into thinkers. How long does that take?
When I talk about players thinking about it, again, it's giving them the confidence to make decisions out in the park. We create players now where players can come into work. They get told what to wear. They get told what to eat. They get told what time to start. They get told what to do on the pitch. So they start to become robots, and they're not thinking for themselves. So again, these players have kind of had that, where now I'm starting to give them that freedom to make decisions on their own, especially out there on the park, because they see the game different to me. They'll see the game different to the chairman, and they'll see it different to the fans. And everyone will always have an opinion on a decision, but a player still needs to have the confidence that they can make a decision, the right decision out in the park. Now, I'm not saying the left back decides to turn into the right winger. That would make a mistake. But in just filling in gaps, maybe changing it around or trying to exploit an area where they feel they can make a difference, fantastic. I was always a player like that, and that's what I want to try and create.
You mentioned them being free to make their own decisions on the pitch, but you also mentioned a few other things that your everyday footballer has decided for them. So I wonder, are you giving them more flexibility and freedom about what they do off the pitch as well, what time they train, and is it more democratic?
No, we have a structure. I'm not just sitting here saying to players, well, just turn up whenever you want and we'll train whatever you want. No, they'll train when I say they train. But as far as after training, they're still humans. They still need to go and live a normal life, and they still need to be their own people, and they need to go out there and enjoy themselves. But they've got to have that responsibility that they're professional footballers, and that when they do come into work, they work.
You're still relatively new into the club yourself, still looking for a first win, as are the club of the season. How much does that weigh on you personally?
Look, I feel the club is frustrated. The fans are frustrated. I think everyone around Nottingham is frustrated, and we're all desperate for that win. And that win will come. It's only a matter of time. Would we like it this weekend? Of course we would. So again, we're doing everything we can to make sure that we get that win sooner rather than later.
Keep you up at night?
No, it doesn't keep me up at night. Like I said, I feel with my team and my players, we are all working now together and pulling in the right direction.
Many will look at Crewe and go, I don't know what to expect of them. They're a team that's beaten another team in League Two by 6, but they've also had 6 put past them as well. What do you expect from them?
Well, through my experience of playing Crewe, they're a footballing team. They want to play the right way, which is excellent. They're a club that produces players and then sells them on. So are they going to be going for that promotion side of it? Maybe every now and then, but they will be producing players. The manager's definitely got an eye for talent, and he wants to be able to play the right way, which is fantastic. So again, we're going to get a footballing team, but they're not going to be scared. He obviously brings confidence into his team to play out, and if they do make a mistake, to still go out there and be confident and play his style of football.
You want to play football as well, so what's easier? Is it playing against a big bruising direct team, or playing against a team like Crewe that wants to put the ball on the floor and play the game as well?
Both. I think that's the best thing about League Two, is to be able to play different teams that have different styles of football, and you have to come up with a plan to beat them.
Talk to me about injuries and whatnot. How are the likes of Richard Duffy doing? He's been out of the fold for quite a while now.
Yeah, Richard, he's doing excellent. He's coming back. I mean, he had a difficult injury, but he's working well. He's looking good. He's running, which is excellent. He's running on the grass, which is great. And we're looking to see progression come quicker sooner rather than later, which is fantastic. But we know that we can't rush him. He's an important player for us, and we want him to be 100% right for when he comes back in.
He's the club captain for all intents and purposes. Is that still the case? And have you
of
got
course. I mean, look, I'm not looking to change anything at the moment. Like I said, I'm looking to steady the ship, bring confidence back, not only to the players, but to the fans and to the staff here, because again, we're all working for the one goal.
Are you hopeful that this is the weekend for you, Crewe at home, where you can get that monkey off your back?
Again, you call it the monkey, you call it whatever you want. We are working together to make Notts County a formidable force again, and it is going to take time, and we're doing restructuring. We have to build a platform now that's going to set a standard not only for this year but for the future years as well. It's a busy month coming up. A lot of Saturday Tuesdays over the next sort of 5 or 6 weeks or so. Will that help or hinder things? Because I know you want to get them out there on the grass and work on things in training, but I guess there's not as much time for that when you've got Tuesdays. You can still do that. You just got to adjust the workload. You can still get your ideas across. It doesn't mean that you have to run them or flog them or make them tired, because the games that's where they're going to be working. Again, you can still make them tired by making them think, and that's what we'll be doing.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Harry, can I just talk to you about John Steady? He played his 550th league game last weekend. What's he been like for you to manage, and what have you made of him since you come into the club? Fantastic.
He's a great professional, first and foremost. He's a pleasure to train. He's like a big brother to majority of the players, because he also's got that vital bit of information as well that can help some of the young players, especially the young strikers. And I mean, even the other day I saw him talking to some of the young centre halves, because they must have asked him a question about, when a big striker comes in, what do you think? So again, I think that's fantastic to have a player like him in and around the club, to be able to give information out like that to the younger players.
And the quality of his performances up front, because I know he was, I think he was out of the team for a couple of games, and then he came back in, and he's done well for you, hasn't he?
Well, for me, he is fighting for his place, and the best way to fight for his place is to train well, to score goals or to create chances, and then to go out there on the Saturday. I mean, that was in training, and then to go out there on Saturday and to work. And I think he's been, one of our best players in doing his job, doing what the team needs him to be doing, and obviously fulfilling them for me. So for me, he's been excellent.
The reserves obviously won on Monday. Nathan Thomas, I went to watch him, and Nathan Thomas had an excellent game. What's it been like speaking to him? He seems to have had a few things going off the field that have probably interrupted his progress a little bit. What's that been like?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's been it's a big step for Nathan. He's become a father, so which is fantastic news, and that does throw your life around now, because he's not only thinking about himself now, he's also thinking about his baby girl, which is fantastic. So again, that's going to be life-changing for him. But again, for him, he's just got to stick to working hard. We all know what he's capable of doing, and we all know what he can do. Again, he's got to work as hard as everybody else. You know, I'm not a manager that will allow people just to be starting just because of who they are or just because of what they can do. And they've got to be working day in, day out. And you know, I just had a player in my office there just ask me, what can I do? You know, and I explained to them even yesterday, the day before, I said, every place is up for grabs every single week. You just got to work hard in training. Doesn't matter if you've not been in the team, the squad for the last 3-4 weeks, doesn't matter. You work hard every single day. I notice it. And then when you do get your chance, you can take it.
Yeah, it's funny because I spoke to John Stedding midweek and he said exactly the same thing, that you pick your teams on what they do in training rather than reputations.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how I always worked. That's how, you know, some managers of mine picked it, because you working hard during the week, your body, your mind, you're telling me that you're ready for the weekend's game. You know, you relax Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and goofing around and mucking around and not concentrating and giving the ball away sloppily. I mean, I think there's only one person that I've ever heard a story of that could do that and probably play week in, week out. And none of my players are at that level, so you need to work hard.
Who was the player?
Ronaldinho. That's what I heard. I heard a story. Yes.
It's not a bad note to throw.
No, and if my players are, then fair enough.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you.
Well done then.
No, Alex has got a question.
Oh, sorry, Alice. Sorry.
Okay. Following the clean sheet at the weekend, has this given the team a boost mentally to push through to the weekend?
Hopefully. I feel the last two results, Stevenage and Northampton, I felt we should have got more points out of both of them. I mean, leading the Stevenage game 3 times is disappointing to draw that game. But again, we wanted a point to get through, to start building on something. And it was important that we continue that against Northampton. Now, again, for all of Northampton, their positioning of where they are in the league, they're still a strong team. And I think they're just going through a little bad moment like we are. So it was important for us not to lose. And it was important for us not to lose, but to keep a clean sheet, because a clean sheet does help. It brings confidence. And I thought Ross had a fantastic game, and I thought the back four had a strong game as well. So again, now we built on the 3 points by getting the first point. Now we build on a clean sheet. So yeah, we are taking steps. We would like to take a bigger step, but at the moment, I think we'd all be happy with just nice little steps at the moment, but heading in the right direction.